Thank you, everyone. Welcome, everyone, to Live Free Discovery. This month's topic is battling gender norms as a woman in a male-dominated industry. My name is Amber McClure with Live Free Virtual Services. I'm the founder and also known as the business matchmaker. And today, my amazing guest speaker today is Kelly Johnson with IREP. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm excited to share your story and a little bit of history about you. So let me before I let you kind of give us a little bit about your story, I want to share you are a mom, right? First of all, first and foremost, I love seeing pictures of her. She's a basketball, it's a basketball thing. So love watching it, right? You've been in business for over 10 years.
Yep.
It's huge by itself. And also not just one business, but you're a serial entrepreneur as well, right? Yep, exactly. So Kelly, thank you much for joining us today. I'm excited to have you on. So I guess I want to start first with maybe tell us a little about your story. How did IREP start? Actually, first I would have asked, what does IREP stand for?
So IREP stands for I Recycle Everything Possible.
Love it. I love it.
So I got started. I had taken a break from the restaurant business, which I did for 22 years, and somewhere around the, 16-year mark, I took a break to do property management, just due to some health issues with my kiddo. And I was blown away by how much people leave behind when they move or are evicted or skip out. And my maintenance guys would just bag it all up and throw it in the trash. They would break up perfectly good furniture and throw it in the dumpster. And I was mortified. I said, why are we just throwing perfectly good things away? Why are we not sorting them and taking them to thrift stores, shelters? I don't know, just somewhere where someone else could use them. And their answers were always, we don't have time for that. We have a time limit that we have to flip these units, and this is the easiest and quickest and cheapest way to do it. And I said, there's got to be a better way. There's got to be a better answer to that. So initially my goal was to have my own business. Initially it was going to be my own restaurant, which has like a 75% fail rate.
Right.
And if you make good food and you provide great service, you're providing people with great experiences, but are you like changing the world? Probably not. And I thought to myself, you know what, if I could save one truckload of stuff from going to the landfill every month, then I'm making a difference, no matter how small it may be. So that's when I decided that this is what I was going to do. I was going to create a junk removal business and I hate to call it junk removal, but that's people socially accept that and know what that is, right. But it's just unwanted item removal. And I was going to make sure it didn't go to landfill if it didn't have to go. And so that's how IREP started. I bootstrapped my first truck, which was a Ford F-150 and a little 12-foot trailer, and got my foot in the door by offering ground services and pet waste pickup and then that's how IREP was born.
Love it. And speaking on our topic, right? It's a male-dominated industry.
Yes.
Junk removal.
Very much so. I am one of very few women. I'm starting to see more women pop up around the country, which makes me really happy, but it's still very, very 95% male dominated.
Did you think about that when you started?
I really didn't think about it, until I was trying to get business and realized that all my competitors were men. Then I was just like, oh, okay, I'm flying solo here as a woman-owned business. So Absolutely, it is I didn't realize it until I was already kind of in, and I was just like, well, it'll just be my challenge.
What would you say? What do you say is some of the challenges that came with taking on this role?
So there were two big challenges that I faced when getting out there and trying to secure customers. When I started IREP, I decided that my target demographic was going to be apartment complexes and property management companies, because these are the people that could provide me regular business. So at that point, in time. Back in 2012, over 90% of property managers and leasing agents were female. And I noticed that the good-looking, charming, charismatic men had no problem getting meetings with these property managers. I, however, had a very hard time getting them to talk to an average-looking woman about hauling unwanted items. That was my first challenge, just getting in front of them. And then my second challenge, was being a woman trying to win bids over male competitors, because the social acceptance is that men are stronger and faster than women, which isn't completely untrue, but I lost a lot of initial jobs because people didn't know that I could put 18 pieces of furniture on a trailer all by myself back then. Can't do it so much now, but back then that was my record. I could get 18 pieces of furniture on a trailer by myself. I'm only 5'5", 135 pounds. And so I didn't really seem like that strong, quick person that could do this massive hauling job quickly. So those were my challenges.
I love it. Like that had to have been extremely difficult to get through, but I mean, apparently you did. You're here 10 years later.
I did actually. And the way I overcame those challenges is doing what almost every green new entrepreneur does, is I priced my services ridiculously low to get my foot in the door. And then once I established a good relationship with these properties, I was able to slowly increase my prices because I'd established myself. I had the relationships. I proved that I could do what they needed me to do. And so, but I had to just, work for peanuts essentially just to get
start.
Theme.
Right. What would you say challenges that you're facing right now in today?
So today, so while I don't face the challenge of winning bids anymore because I've established myself as a reputable business, I do face the challenges of staffing. Aside from what a lot of people are facing, overall labor shortage, I run into challenges in hiring for two reasons. One, I'm really picky because these people are representing me and my work ethic. And so I need personable, punctual, professional men out there that are going to do me proud. And so I'm super picky. That's number one. But number two, you'd be very surprised. I actually still interview men, and when they realize they're working for a woman, they get up and walk out.
Really?
And it's not a lot. I mean, luckily we've come kind of far. I do have men that are super stoked about that. And because, as women are just a little bit more nurturing, and I care about my employees' personal issues. And even though I do my best to separate work from personal, I take a personal interest in each and every person that works for me. So, the challenges of having men that don't want to work for a woman, luckily it's starting to become less than what it was initially.
Wow. I guess I shouldn't be surprised, but I can see how that could be difficult for some.
Yeah. It's very cultural.
It is. I agree. What would you say sets you apart from other people in your industry right now, male or female?
Yeah, so male or female. So aside from being one of the only junk removal companies with an actual procedure in place for recycling, repurposing, and keeping things out of the landfill, I mean, we prove it on our website. You can click on our shop and shop for things that are not going to the landfill.
Yeah.
And there's a good chunk of them that are free. Like, we just don't want them to go to the landfill. We're not trying to make a crazy living. This is literally just to not take them to the landfill and cover our storage. So we sell things pretty dirt cheap. So aside from that, aside from, proving it online that, you don't have to come to my facility to know that we really do recycle. But aside from that, I truly believe that my compensation package that I pay my employees is better than most general labor jobs. Every single one of my guys average between $18 and $22 an hour. They all get 2 weeks paid vacation, 6 paid holidays a year, medical benefits, of which I pay half the premiums, dental benefits, and retirement benefits. I truly believe that college is not for everyone, but that doesn't mean
Right.
that you can't make a livable wage and have benefits and support a family. Just because college wasn't for you, you should be able to do all those things and have all those things if you have a good attitude and you work hard. And I truly, truly care about the people who work for me. Like I mentioned earlier, I do things outside of work that make sure that they are successful. And if you don't believe me, you should know that one of my full-time John callers is my ex-husband. That should tell you that I'm a pretty cool person to work for.
That's rare by itself.
Right. Exactly. So
No, I love that because I mean, laborers nowadays it's just not as popular, I guess, maybe compared to when it's all of the trades and all of those, actual labor and doing activities and doing all that. It's just not. So that you're able to provide them with all the benefits and all the extras that goes with it, like that's great.
yeah,
I think that makes it different.
well, it also creates loyalty.
It does.
Yeah, I've got loyal guys that have been with me for years. I mean, Gilbert has been with me since a month after I opened this business. So he's been with me for 10 years.
There's a lot of labor jobs are just like side jobs or small jobs, right? It's not a consistent daily activity that you're working for an employer. So
right.
That's big by itself.
Yeah, and it's like a gym membership because they're just working out all day.
How many do you have right now?
Haulers, I have 7. And then I have a sustainability manager. I have a sales and marketing director. And then I have an assistant who answers my phones and does all the bookings.
I love it. Is there anything else that you want to share with everyone that maybe would give somebody some encouragement about facing a role? I mean, maybe not the exact same, junk removal, right? But maybe in a male dominant industry, like something you can say that would encourage them to not let the stereotype hold them back.
If you just approach any potential customer with genuine empathy for whatever their situation is, so you may not be a junk hauler, but maybe you have started a cleaning business, and sometimes people don't hire cleaners because they're just so embarrassed by the way their house looks. And if you can, I've had a house cleaner come clean my house, and all she did was tell me how filthy my house was the whole time. And so I was just like, I'm never using this person again. Because
that's terrible.
I know. And I said, I know my house is filthy. This is why I've hired you.
That's why I had you come here.
Right. So if you could just approach people with empathy, whether or not you genuinely understand their situation, just know that there's a reason why they've reached out to you. This is why we win almost every hoarder trash out job, because we understand as a team that it's an illness and it needs to be handled with care and empathy. And we make them feel like this is nothing. This is nothing. You shouldn't be embarrassed by this. Even if it is the worst thing we've ever seen, you just make people feel like we're on the same team. It's not me servicing you. It's like, we're going to do this together. You're going to tell me what you need and I'm going to get it done. And we are going to do this as a team, whether you lift a finger or not. So in any industry that you are in, just having true empathy, being personable, just have a personality. It's really important. And if you don't have that personality, hire someone that does to do all your bidding.
Right.
And then, the last bit of advice I would give is, if you're not good at taxes, get someone to do that for you. That could bankrupt you.
Good bookkeeper is very, very, very important.
So important. Yes.
Well, thank you. I appreciate you sharing that. I wanted to say, in the United States, only 6.5% of women is working full-time in a male-dominated occupation in 2020. That's just unbelievable, right? Like in 2020, 6.5%.
Yeah.
You're one of them, right? Thank you. I appreciate you so much for coming and joining. I love your story. I love what you're doing for the community and how much you care. I always enjoy talking with you as well. Thank you so
ma'am.
much. Okay, take care.